In the hushed corridors of royal power, secrets are currency and betrayal is treason. When a trusted staff member within Prince William's inner circle leaked explosive information, the British monarchy faced a scandal unlike any in modern history. At the center of the storm stood a revelation so shocking it threatened to fracture centuries of tradition. An alleged plot to sabotage Princess Anne's highly anticipated international tour. Was it a political miscalculation or a calculated act of internal warfare designed to reshape the future of the crown? The moment the leak surfaced, it spread like wildfire through the gilded chambers of royalty and the relentless machinery of global media. Whispers first surfaced in elite circles, murmured behind closed doors and encrypted through confidential channels. Then, almost overnight, speculation erupted into headlines, igniting a firestorm of intrigue. Royal commentators, political analysts, and historians alike scrambled to decipher the implications. This was no ordinary scandal. It carried the scent of betrayal, the weight of ambition, and the unmistakable chill of palace intrigue. At the heart of the revelation was an anonymous insider, a figure cloaked in secrecy, yet positioned close enough to Prince William to access his most guarded communications. This was no distant observer or disgruntled outsider. This individual operated within the inner sanctum of Kensington Palace, entrusted with sensitive information and bound by an unspoken code of loyalty. And yet, something compelled them to break their silence. Whether driven by conscience, fear, or a desperate need to protect the monarchy, their decision would unleash consequences that rippled across the institution. Initial whispers suggested that Princess Anne's tour posed an unexpected threat to powerful figures within the palace. Known as the monarchy's most tireless and steadfast servant, Anne had long commanded admiration for her unwavering dedication to duty. Her reputation was forged through decades of service, untouched by scandal and defined by resilience. This tour, however, promised to elevate her influence to unprecedented heights, an achievement that, according to the leak, unsettled those who feared the shifting balance of royal prominence. The allegations were as audacious as they were incendiary. A senior advisor, operating behind a veil of authority and discretion, was accused of orchestrating a covert campaign to undermine Anne's success. Confidential memos hinted at calculated delays, strategic missteps, and subtle manipulations designed to diminish the impact of her mission. If true, it was not merely sabotage, it was an act of internal subversion that threatened the unity of the crown itself. Kensington Palace responded with measured silence, offering neither confirmation nor denial. Yet their restraint only fueled speculation. Across Britain, the media erupted into a frenzy. Debates raged on television panels and in newspaper columns, with commentators questioning whether this was a case of rivalry, sabotage, or a desperate power play hidden beneath the polished veneer of royal decorum. Public fascination grew into collective disbelief, and disbelief into unease. As the narrative unfolded, a chilling realization took hold. This was not idle gossip nor exaggerated rumor. It bore the hallmarks of a constitutional tremor, a crisis unfolding behind palace doors where loyalty was sacred and betrayal unthinkable. The monarchy, long regarded as a symbol of unity and continuity, now faced an unprecedented test from within. And as investigators began tracing the origins of the leak, attention turned to one crucial question: who dared to expose the truth? And why? Behind the grandeur of royal ceremony lies a world governed by loyalty and silence, where discretion is not merely expected, it is demanded. Within this rarefied realm, every word is measured, every gesture scrutinized, and every secret guarded with unyielding precision. Yet even in such a tightly controlled universe, one individual chose to defy the unwritten code. Risking career, reputation, and personal safety, they stepped beyond the boundaries of loyalty to reveal a truth too explosive to remain hidden. The question reverberated through palace walls and beyond. Who was the whistleblower within Prince William's trusted staff, and what secret compelled them to betray the sanctity of royal discretion? This was no impulsive act born of resentment or ambition. The anonymous staff member was known as a figure of quiet efficiency, experienced, trusted, and deeply embedded within Kensington Palace. For years, they had operated behind the scenes, navigating the intricate machinery of royal administration with precision and loyalty. Their role demanded absolute confidentiality, placing them within arm's reach of the monarchy's most sensitive operations. They were not an outsider looking in, they were an insider woven into the very fabric of royal power. Their proximity to Prince William granted them access to confidential briefings, strategic discussions, and delicate correspondences involving senior advisors. They listened, observed, and documented, becoming an invisible witness to the decisions that shaped the monarchy's modern identity. It was within these private deliberations that whispers of unrest began to surface, subtle at first, almost imperceptible. But over time, those whispers hardened into something far more troubling, suggesting a calculated effort to undermine Princess Anne's international tour. The revelation ignited a moral dilemma of extraordinary magnitude. Bound by duty yet haunted by conscience, the insider faced an impossible choice. To remain silent was to uphold loyalty but risk complicity in a scheme that threatened the integrity of the crown. To speak out was to betray the institution they had sworn to serve. In the stillness of private reflection, they wrestled with fear, honor, and responsibility. Ultimately, conviction prevailed. Silence was no longer an option. Secret communications allegedly detailing attempts to derail Princess Anne's tour became the catalyst for action. Confidential memos, strategic briefings, and coded exchanges painted a disturbing picture of manipulation and obstruction. Each revelation carried the weight of consequence, exposing a narrative that demanded to be told. Yet the cost of disclosure loomed large. Within the insular world of royal service, loyalty is absolute, and exile is swift. Retaliation was not merely a possibility, it was an inevitability. To protect their identity, the whistleblower moved with calculated precision. Information was released through discreet channels, carefully verified and strategically timed. Trusted journalists received fragments of truth, each piece forming a mosaic too compelling to ignore. The palace's silence only amplified the impact, allowing speculation to flourish and suspicion to deepen. As the story spread, public perception began to shift. Rather than condemning the insider as a traitor, many hailed them as a figure of courage, someone who dared to challenge secrecy in defense of integrity. To some, they were a renegade. To others, a guardian of the monarchy's moral compass. In a world where loyalty often demands silence, their defiance became a symbol of rare and unsettling bravery. Yet the leak was only the beginning, because the true shock lay in the identity of the advisor accused of orchestrating the sabotage. Every monarchy relies on advisors, unseen architects of power, who shape decisions behind closed doors, their influence woven into the very fabric of royal destiny. They are the silent strategists, the trusted confidants, the invisible hands guiding the crown through moments of triumph and crisis. But what happens when influence becomes ambition, and strategy transforms into sabotage? As the allegations surfaced with startling clarity, one royal advisor emerged from the shadows, accused of plotting to undermine Princess Anne's historic tour in a move so audacious it threatened to destabilize the royal family itself. The figure at the center of the storm was no ordinary courtier. Their ascent through the ranks of royal influence had been nothing short of meteoric, marked by intellect, discretion, and an uncanny ability to anticipate the shifting tides of public perception. Trusted by senior royals and respected within palace corridors, they had cultivated a reputation as a master strategist. Their counsel shaped speeches, guided diplomatic initiatives, and navigated the monarchy through moments of delicate uncertainty. To many, they were indispensable. To others, quietly formidable. For years, their brilliance remained unquestioned. They were known for their precision, their calculated calm, and their unwavering commitment to protecting the institution. Yet whispers of ambition lingered beneath the surface, subtle yet persistent. In the intricate world of royal politics, where power is rarely seized but carefully negotiated, influence is both a privilege and a temptation. And as Princess Anne's highly anticipated international tour approached, those whispers began to swell into suspicion. According to the explosive leak, the advisor allegedly viewed the tour not as an opportunity but as a threat. Princess Anne's steadfast dedication and global respect promised to captivate audiences and elevate her standing on the world stage. Her success, some feared, could overshadow key royal initiatives carefully crafted to define the monarchy's future. Within this delicate balance of prominence and perception, ambition found fertile ground. Allegations suggested that subtle maneuvers were set in motion calculated not to destroy, but to diminish. Confidential memos hinted at strategic delays, revised itineraries, and discreet shifts in messaging. None were overt enough to arouse immediate suspicion, yet collectively they painted a troubling picture. Each adjustment, each hesitation, each unexplained complication appeared designed to dilute the tour's impact. If true, it was not sabotage born of recklessness, but of precision, a chess game played in silence, where every move carried consequences for the crown. Underlying the controversy was a deeper conflict, one rooted in the tension between tradition and modernity. The monarchy stood at a crossroads, striving to preserve its heritage while adapting to an evolving world. Princess Anne embodied steadfast duty and timeless values, while others sought to refine the institution's image for a new era. Within this clash of vision and legacy, the advisor's alleged actions seemed less like isolated decisions and more like calculated interventions in a broader struggle for influence. Despite mounting speculation, the accused remained silent. There were no denials delivered with conviction, no public clarifications to quell the storm. Instead, there was only an unyielding refusal to address the allegations directly. That silence spoke volumes. To some, it suggested innocence constrained by protocol. To others, it deepened the mystery, fueling suspicions that something far more profound was unfolding behind palace doors. As debates intensified, a chilling possibility emerged. This was not merely an isolated act of rivalry, but part of a broader internal power struggle, one that threatened to reshape the monarchy from within. And yet, to fully comprehend the magnitude of the alleged betrayal, one must first understand what was truly at stake. Because to grasp the danger, one must first grasp why Princess Anne's tour carried such immense significance. For decades, Princess Anne has stood as the monarchy's tireless workhorse, steadfast, resilient, and unwavering in her devotion to duty. While others captured headlines with glamour and controversy, she earned respect through relentless service, embodying a quiet strength that commanded admiration across generations. Her latest international tour was more than a ceremonial journey. It was a mission of profound significance, one poised to strengthen diplomatic ties and restore public faith in the crown. Yet beneath the promise of triumph lurked a silent threat, one determined to transform honor into humiliation and success into scandal. The tour had been meticulously planned, its purpose rooted in reinforcing Britain's global relationships during a time of shifting political and cultural landscapes. Each engagement carried strategic weight, representing not merely tradition but continuity, stability, and trust. At a moment when the monarchy faced increasing scrutiny, Anne's presence offered reassurance and unspoken promise that the institution remained steadfast in its commitment to service. Her role was not ornamental, it was essential. This was diplomacy delivered through dignity, and its impact had the potential to resonate far beyond royal protocol. Princess Anne's reputation was built not on spectacle but on substance. Known as one of the most respected members of the royal family, she had long been admired for her tireless schedule and unpretentious demeanor. She did not seek adoration, yet it followed her nonetheless. Decades of unwavering dedication had forged a legacy defined by discipline, humility, and resilience. To many, she represented the monarchy at its most authentic, a symbol of duty unclouded by vanity. It was precisely this reputation that made her tour so powerful, and to some, so threatening. Diplomatic objectives lay at the heart of her journey. The tour aimed to reinforce alliances, promote charitable initiatives, and reaffirm Britain's presence on the global stage. Every handshake carried significance. Every address strengthened bridges between nations. Governments, organizations, and communities awaited her arrival with anticipation, recognizing the gravitas she brought to every engagement. Public admiration surged, with commentators praising her steadfast commitment and tireless energy. In an era marked by uncertainty, Anne's presence offered stability, a reminder that tradition still held meaning in a rapidly changing world. Yet as anticipation reached a crescendo, troubling whispers began to surface. Allegations emerged of subtle attempts to undermine the tour's success, logistical disruptions, unexplained scheduling complications, and calculated efforts to dilute media coverage. None were overt enough to provoke immediate alarm, yet together they cast a shadow over what should have been a seamless endeavor. If deliberate, these maneuvers were not merely inconvenient, They were insidious, threatening to diminish the impact of a mission vital to the monarchy's reputation. Beneath the surface, tensions simmered within palace walls. Questions of influence, visibility, and relevance loomed large in an institution striving to balance tradition with modernity. In this delicate hierarchy, prominence was both an honor and a source of quiet rivalry. Anne's rising acclaim, earned through decades of unyielding service, intensified the stakes, amplifying the sense that her success carried implications far beyond ceremonial prestige. Despite mounting obstacles, Princess Anne remained resolute. She met adversity with composure, guided by an unshakable sense of duty instilled since birth. Her determination was not fueled by ambition, but by purpose, a steadfast belief in service above self. Each challenge she faced only strengthened her resolve, reinforcing her legacy as a royal defined not by privilege, but by perseverance. The symbolic weight of her success extended far beyond the tour itself. It represented the endurance of the monarchy, the triumph of dedication over discord, and the enduring power of integrity in an age of skepticism. Her journey was more than a diplomatic endeavor, it was a testament to the crown's resilience and relevance in the modern world. And as Anne pressed forward undeterred, whispers of rivalry began to echo through the corridors of royal power. Behind the polished image of unity lies a truth rarely spoken aloud. Even within royal families, power breeds rivalry. Beneath the carefully maintained fade of tradition and decorum, ambition and influence move in quiet, calculated currents. As tensions escalated in the wake of the explosive leak, insiders began to speculate that the unfolding scandal was more than a mere act of sabotage. It hinted at something deeper, a calculated struggle for influence that threatened to divide the monarchy from within and redefine its future in ways no one dared to predict. History has long revealed that royal households, despite their grandeur, are not immune to internal conflict. From ancient courts to modern monarchies, power has always attracted ambition, and ambition inevitably invites rivalry. Though bound by blood and duty, members of the crown have often found themselves navigating invisible hierarchies, where prominence is earned through service, perception, and public favor. These tensions, rarely acknowledged in public, simmer beneath the surface, shaping alliances and rivalries that influence decisions far beyond ceremonial appearances. At the heart of this unfolding drama lay a delicate balance between tradition and modernization. The monarchy stood at a crossroads, striving to preserve centuries-old customs while adapting to an era defined by transparency, digital scrutiny, and evolving public expectations. Some advocated for continuity, honoring the legacy that had sustained the institution for generations. Others pushed for reinvention, believing survival depended on relevance in a rapidly changing world. Within this ideological divide, even the most subtle shifts in visibility and influence carried profound implications. Speculation intensified as observers debated competing visions for the monarchy's future. Princess Anne's steadfast dedication represented unwavering tradition, an embodiment of service rooted in discipline and duty. Yet her growing acclaim raised questions about prominence and perception within an institution where influence is as symbolic as it is strategic. Could her success disrupt carefully orchestrated narratives? Or was her rising stature merely exposing underlying tensions already present within palace walls? Amid the intrigue, advisors emerged as powerful architects of royal narratives. Operating behind closed doors, they shaped public messaging, guided strategic decisions, and safeguarded the institution's reputation. Their influence, though rarely acknowledged, was immense. In times of stability, they were trusted stewards of continuity. But in moments of crisis, their authority invited scrutiny. The allegations against one such advisor ignited suspicion that strategic counsel had crossed an invisible line, transforming guidance into manipulation. The media seized upon these whispers with relentless intensity, amplifying speculation and fueling rumors of discord. Commentators dissected every development, analyzing subtle shifts in language and perceived tensions with forensic precision. Headlines blurred the boundary between fact and conjecture, feeding a global appetite for royal intrigue. With each revelation, the narrative grew more complex, drawing the public deeper into a saga of power, loyalty, and betrayal. For senior royals, the emotional toll was profound. Navigating scrutiny while preserving unity demanded resilience and restraint. Silence became both shield and burden, protecting the institution while intensifying suspicion. Behind closed doors, trust was tested, and loyalties weighed against the greater good of the crown. The cost of maintaining composure in the face of controversy was immeasurable. Public fascination surged, captivated by the timeless allure of palace intrigue. To millions, the monarchy symbolized stability and continuity, yet its hidden struggles made it human, vulnerable, complex, and compelling. As speculation mounted, so too did the perception that unity within the royal family was under strain. The scandal was no longer confined to whispers within palace corridors. It had evolved into a narrative of consequence and uncertainty. And as tensions deepened and questions multiplied, the world watched with bated breath. The story had outgrown the shadows, and with each passing moment, its gravity intensified until, at last, the scandal erupted onto the global stage as the world's media seized the story, turning whispers into headlines. Within hours of the leak, the story erupted across headlines worldwide, igniting a storm of speculation that no palace wall could contain. From London to New York, from Canberra to Toronto, journalists dissected every detail with relentless intensity, transforming what began as a whispered allegation into a full-blown international spectacle. The question dominating global discourse was as electrifying as it was unsettling. Had betrayal within Prince William's inner circle exposed a royal conspiracy that threatened the very stability of the crown? Breaking news alerts pulsed across television screens and digital platforms, each update amplifying the sense of urgency and intrigue. Esteemed publications and tabloid giants alike raced to unravel the narrative, competing for exclusive insights into a scandal that blurred the line between secrecy and sensationalism. Anchors spoke with grave intensity, their voices carrying the weight of unfolding history, while headlines declared the monarchy under siege from within. What had once been confined to palace corridors was now the subject of global fascination, dissected in real time before an audience of millions. Analysts and royal experts flooded the airwaves, debating the authenticity and implications of the leak with fervent precision. Some dismissed it as calculated misinformation, a carefully orchestrated attempt to destabilize royal unity. Others argued that the allegations carried the unmistakable hallmarks of truth too detailed, too deliberate, too dangerous to ignore. Each interpretation deepened the mystery, fueling an atmosphere charged with suspicion and uncertainty. Was this merely scandal, or the unraveling of a deeper and more troubling reality? Social media transformed the controversy into a digital wildfire. Hashtags surged, theories multiplied, and public outrage spread with breathtaking speed. Citizens and commentators alike weighed in, their voices forming a global chorus of curiosity and condemnation. Some expressed disbelief, others demanded accountability, and many rallied in fierce support of Princess Anne. To them, she represented resilience and integrity, a figure wronged by unseen forces operating behind the veil of royal authority. The emotional tide surged in her favor, turning admiration into solidarity and speculation into conviction. Meanwhile, royal commentators offered conflicting interpretations, further intensifying the drama. Some portrayed the alleged sabotage as evidence of internal rivalry, while others framed it as a strategic miscalculation within a modernizing institution struggling to define its future. The divide in opinion only heightened the intrigue, ensuring that every new revelation fueled yet another cycle of debate and disbelief. Public sympathy swelled around Princess Anne, whose unwavering dedication to duty stood in stark contrast to the allegations of betrayal. Her decades of tireless service cast her as both a symbol of stability and a victim of palace intrigue. As her reputation soared, so too did the pressure on those accused of undermining her efforts. The monarchy's credibility hung precariously in the balance, its image tested by an unprecedented wave of scrutiny. Comparisons to past royal scandals quickly emerged, drawing echoes of controversies that had once shaken public trust. Commentators revisited history, questioning whether this crisis marked another defining moment in the monarchy's evolution. The parallels were impossible to ignore, and with each passing hour, the stakes grew higher. Amid the relentless media storm, the monarchy struggled to maintain its image of composure and continuity. Silence, once a shield of dignity, now risked being perceived as evasion. The world watched, waited, and judged, its attention fixed firmly upon the palace as anticipation reached a fever pitch. Amid mounting scrutiny, the palace faced an impossible choice: remain silent or confront the allegations head-on. As pressure mounted, the walls of Buckingham and Kensington palaces seemed to close in, heavy with expectation and uncertainty. The scandal had erupted into a crisis of unprecedented magnitude, one that threatened not only reputations but the very fabric of royal unity. Urgent whispers echoed through corridors steeped in centuries of tradition, as emergency meetings were convened behind firmly sealed doors. In those private chambers, the monarchy confronted a defining moment, one that could reshape its future for generations. The stakes were immense, and the consequences of every decision loomed with historic weight. Senior royal officials gathered in tense deliberation, their discussions marked by urgency and precision. Strategists, advisors, and trusted aides scrutinized every detail of the unfolding controversy, determined to contain the fallout before it spiraled beyond control. The institution's integrity stood at the forefront of their concerns. Each word spoken carried the burden of preserving public trust, while each silence risked further speculation. In a world where perception held immense power, the monarchy's response demanded both caution and resolve. At the center of the storm stood Prince William, the future of the crown, grappling with an ordeal that tested his leadership and resilience. As scrutiny intensified, the emotional strain upon him grew increasingly evident. He was not merely navigating a public relations crisis, he was confronting an internal betrayal that struck at the heart of loyalty and duty. Torn between personal conviction and institutional responsibility, he bore the weight of expectation with quiet determination. For William, this was more than damage control, it was a trial of character, one that would shape perceptions of his reign long before it began. Speculations surged regarding potential disciplinary actions and internal investigations. Whispers circulated of inquiries designed to uncover the truth, identify those responsible, and restore confidence within the palace. Questions lingered about accountability. Would consequences be swift and decisive, or measured and discreet? The uncertainty only deepened public intrigue, fueling an atmosphere thick with anticipation and doubt. Complicating matters further were the legal considerations surrounding the alleged leak. Royal protocol, confidentiality agreements, and institutional safeguards presented a labyrinth of complexities. Any misstep could trigger legal repercussions or exacerbate the crisis. Advisors weighed the risks carefully, mindful that the pursuit of truth had to be balanced against the preservation of dignity and constitutional stability. The stakes were as delicate as they were profound. The monarchy found itself walking a precarious tightrope between transparency and tradition. In an age defined by relentless scrutiny and digital immediacy, silence could be interpreted as secrecy, while openness risked undermining centuries-old conventions. Every statement, every omission carried strategic significance. To reveal too much could expose vulnerabilities. To reveal too little could erode trust. It was a balancing act of historic proportions. Behind closed doors, internal debates intensified. Some advocated for bold transparency, believing that honesty would reinforce public confidence. Others urged discretion, emphasizing the importance of preserving the crown's mystique and authority. The tension between accountability and damage control underscored the complexity of the moment, revealing an institution wrestling with its identity in a rapidly evolving world. Yet amid the calculated deliberations, one question lingered with unsettling persistence. Would the truth ever be fully revealed? The answer remained shrouded in uncertainty, guarded by tradition and shadowed by intrigue. And as the monarchy struggled to steady itself against the storm, it became clear that this scandal was more than a fleeting controversy. It was a test of endurance, loyalty, and legacy. Yet beyond the scandal and secrecy lay a deeper question: what did this betrayal reveal about the monarchy's future? Every crisis tests the strength of a monarchy, but some redefine its destiny. As the dust began to settle, the alleged sabotage exposed deeper tensions within the institution, casting a long shadow over its carefully preserved image. What initially appeared to be a scandal rooted in betrayal soon revealed itself as something far more profound, a moment of reckoning. Was this merely a fleeting controversy destined to fade into history, or a seismic turning point that would reshape the royal family's role in the modern world? In an era defined by relentless scrutiny, the expectations placed upon the monarchy have evolved dramatically. No longer sustained by tradition alone, the crown now stands beneath the unblinking gaze of a global audience demanding transparency, relevance, and accountability. The public, once content with mystique, now seeks authenticity. This shift has forced the institution to navigate an intricate balance between preserving its heritage and adapting to contemporary values. The alleged sabotage struck at the heart of this delicate equilibrium, igniting debates that reverberated far beyond palace walls. Across Britain and beyond, public discourse intensified. Citizens, commentators, and constitutional scholars questioned the boundaries of secrecy and responsibility within the royal household. Should the monarchy remain an enigmatic symbol of continuity, or evolve into a more transparent institution reflective of modern ideals? The scandal fueled these discussions, transforming private intrigue into a broader conversation about integrity and trust. For many, the controversy was not merely about individuals, but about the credibility of an institution that has stood for centuries. At its core, the crisis underscored the enduring significance of loyalty within royal operations. The crown's survival has always depended upon an unspoken covenant of trust between sovereign and subject, between family and advisor, between duty and discretion. The alleged betrayal shattered that illusion of invincibility, exposing the vulnerabilities that exist behind the grandeur. It served as a stark reminder that even the most enduring institutions are not immune to internal fractures. For Prince William, the scandal proved to be a defining test of leadership. As the future of the monarchy, he faced an unprecedented challenge that demanded resilience, composure, and foresight. Public perception shifted as observers scrutinized his response, searching for signs of strength and decisiveness. Would he uphold tradition with unwavering resolve, or guide the institution toward a more transparent future? In the crucible of crisis, his character emerged as both scrutinized and strengthened, shaping the narrative of his eventual reign. Meanwhile, Princess Anne's resilience stood as a beacon of steadfast duty. Unshaken by adversity, she embodied the timeless virtues of service, discipline, and integrity. Her unwavering commitment reinforced public admiration, transforming her into a symbol of continuity amid chaos. In her quiet determination, many found reassurance that the monarchy's foundation remained unbroken, rooted in dedication rather than spectacle. Yet tradition alone could not shield the institution from change. The enduring power of royal heritage was undeniable, but so too was the necessity of adaptation. Speculation arose regarding potential reforms within palace structures, modernized protocols, enhanced oversight, and renewed commitments to accountability. These whispers hinted at a monarchy striving not merely to survive, but to evolve. Through adversity, the crown demonstrated its enduring resilience. Time and again, history has tested its foundations, and each trial has forged renewed strength. Determined to emerge unscathed, the institution stood resolute, drawing upon centuries of legacy to weather the storm. Yet beneath the surface of composure and continuity, uncertainty lingered. For even as the monarchy endured, one haunting question refused to fade: what truly happened behind palace doors? In the end, history remembers not only triumphs but betrayals. As the scandal gradually faded from the relentless glare of headlines, its echoes continued to reverberate through the corridors of power, whispering secrets that refused to be silenced. What began as a single, explosive leak had evolved into a defining moment, one that exposed ambition, tested loyalty, and forever altered the narrative of the modern British monarchy. Though the storm appeared to pass, its imprint remained etched into the institution's legacy, a reminder that even the most enduring symbols of stability are not immune to internal fracture. The lasting impact of the controversy reshaped royal dynamics in ways both visible and unseen. Trust, once assumed to be unshakable, had been tested under the harshest scrutiny. Relationships within the palace grew more cautious, tempered by the sobering awareness that loyalty could falter even within the crown's most trusted circles. The scandal did not simply challenge individuals, it forced the monarchy to confront its own vulnerabilities, exposing the fragile balance between unity and ambition that lies beneath its polished exterior. Yet, despite investigations and speculation, the enduring mystery surrounding the alleged sabotage remained unresolved. Questions lingered like shadows in candlelight. Was the truth fully uncovered? or carefully concealed to preserve the dignity of the institution. The absence of definitive answers only deepened the intrigue, allowing uncertainty to settle into the annals of royal history. In that silence, speculation flourished, ensuring that the scandal would never truly fade from public memory. Amid the turbulence, Princess Anne's legacy emerged stronger than ever. Her unwavering dedication and stoic resilience transformed her into a symbol of steadfast duty. Unmoved by controversy, she pressed forward with quiet determination, embodying the very essence of service that defines the monarchy at its best. To admirers around the world, she became a testament to integrity, a reminder that true strength is revealed not in comfort but in adversity. Her triumph was not merely personal, it was emblematic of the crown's enduring spirit. For Prince William, the crisis proved to be a defining chapter in his journey toward kingship. Tasked with navigating a storm of betrayal and public scrutiny, he demonstrated resolve under pressure. The scandal reshaped perceptions of his leadership, presenting him as a figure capable of confronting turmoil with composure and clarity. In the crucible of controversy, his sense of duty hardened into determination, foreshadowing the monarch he would one day become. And then there was the whistleblower, the unseen figure, whose decision altered the course of royal history. To some, they were a traitor who shattered sacred trust. To others, a courageous truth-teller who safeguarded the integrity of the crown. Their identity, cloaked in anonymity, became the subject of endless fascination. Whether judged as villain or hero, their actions left an indelible mark on the monarchy's narrative, a reminder that even the quietest voices can ignite seismic change. The scandal offered enduring lessons about power, secrecy, and accountability. It exposed the delicate machinery that sustains the monarchy and revealed the cost of maintaining its mystique in an era of transparency. Yet through turmoil and uncertainty, the institution demonstrated its remarkable resilience. Time and again, the crown has weathered storms that threatened its existence, emerging not unscathed but unbroken. Perhaps this is why the world remains captivated by royal intrigue. Beneath the splendor lies a tapestry of human emotion, ambition, loyalty, sacrifice, and betrayal. These hidden truths continue to fascinate, ensuring that the monarchy endures not only as a symbol of tradition, but as a living narrative shaped by history and mystery alike. And as the palace gates close once more, the world is left to wonder how many secrets still remain hidden behind the crown.